check this out here. Y'all letting me know if you can hear and see by putting the 1 in the chat. Let's go.
I feel really blessed to be able to sit here with you today and just take accountability. I was dealing with
Hit the like button.
some various issues dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. And when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your job. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I got to go clean up the kitchen, I got to clean up the living room, I got to clean up the garage. Yeah, and it's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said. And I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. And this is the beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build back the strong walls.
Rabbi said the Judaism Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it. And the Rabbi is hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing, and from now on,
I can tell this rabbi here is very, very, very sincere in what he's saying. He's not, his response, I don't get any judgment from it. He's not being judgmental or anything. You could tell by the way he's holding his hand and just kind of just the body language is like, he really means what he's saying about forgiveness, essentially. And I'll give my thoughts on Kanye on this when it's done playing. But I'm just noticing the body language and even the firm gestures from this rabbi here. It almost makes you want to cry a little bit.
and the Rabbi is hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing,
firm gesture.
And from now on, strong things and good things, and only good. You are a very good man.
Amen. That's the best. Very good.
So, what did you all think about that? Let me ask you all. What did you all think about that? The music business messed him up. He said his mother was sacrificed. He has a lot of guilt. Problem is they don't stay on their medications. I did cry. I almost cried at the end. Watch how forgiving the rabbi is. He's very forgiving. Very forgiving. And he meant it. He meant it. Big donation to the Jewish community, please, Jay. Yes, the rabbi is very sincere. Candace Kanye has a lot in common. It seems like she can only do podcasts because nobody else can tolerate her vile behavior and dishonest commentary off a person. Exactly, Laura. Exactly. If this is real and Kanye means it, it will show in his actions in the next 6 months to a year, in my opinion. You're right. Change comes about not just with one gesture or one moment. It is about how you show that you've changed over time. That's why the saying is that time tells everything. Time reveals all. When you go out and you apologize for something, let's say he's in a situation where someone's talking about the Jewish segment of Jewish community, and he's tempted to want to say something back, tempted to want to respond in a way where he used to. That'll be the true test. Would he be able to sustain temptation from backtracking? And I'm glad he did this, but I want to see what happens 6 months from now. I want to see what happens a year from now, because Kanye West has said a lot of other dumb things, and he had to go back and apologize for it. And it's like, dude, you can't keep blaming everything on being bipolar. I'm sorry, because there are patients out there who are bipolar. Some have it to a more, extenuating and or severe form than he does, and they still don't do and say half of the dumb things that Kanye West has said and done. And every single time it's, well, he has a mental health disorder and we should just, give him some grace. Well, what if you have someone out that's committing mass murders and then they go and say, well, I'm bipolar? Like Kanye, why can't you all give me some grace? See, the problem is you have to do that for everyone that claims to be bipolar. That's the issue with me. And at the end of the day, even if you have people out that have mental health disorders, you have to look at the on average, what type of quality of life they are living and their behavior and the pattern of behavior here. I don't see people walking around just with bipolar disorder doing and saying the things that Kanye says on his level. The reason why he gets away with it is because of his wealth and fame, not because people want to hold him accountable and they just feel sorry for him. Because if he didn't have bipolar, it would be no different. Let's take away the bipolar disorder. It would not be any different. If Kanye West said the things that he has said and done, he will still get a pass because he has money and fame. So if you take out the bipolar disorder, what you're left with is a man who still has money and fame, and they still get a pass. So him using that is irrelevant. But hopefully, if he's truly learned, let's say God came to him in a vision and scared the crap out of him and said, if you don't get yourself together, it's going to be a real problem. And it might not be directly on you. You got 4, 5 kids. You want your kids to be blessed and happy. You might want to treat people right, regardless of whether they're a Jewish rabbi or they're, Christian Baptist pastor. Candace Owens disrespecting the man of God, Rob McCoy. Where's it going to get you, girl? See, this is the thing. They don't think about that. They don't care about what they do causes the damage that it causes. And it leaves the remnants behind that they leave behind. Candace Owens has said some horrific things about Christian pastors. That's not even including what she said about, Jewish rabbis walking around drinking the blood of Christians. That has to be so evil and vile and disgusting. It's just disgusting. Why would you want to focus on someone drinking the blood of another human? Period. You understand how disgusting and evil that is? What if the blood of these Christians were babies and children? Why would you even want to think about that? It's insane. So I don't see any, just like with God. God's like, sin is sin, right? The things that they've said about Jewish rabbis is about as evil as it gets when Candace Owens is walking around here dogging out a Christian pastor. She's just adding to the list of it. But it's still horrible things being said. And just the huge disrespect is unnecessary. You can disagree with decisions being made in another country without accusing rabbi priest of drinking Christian blood. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. And Charlie Kirk would have went off on Candace Owens if he were still alive. See, here's the trick, Candace, because you don't realize this. None of the things you said, all the things you said about Turning Point USA, about Rob McCoy and his son, about all of Charlie Kirk's friends, you would not be saying those things if he were still alive today. And it's because you've never said those things while he was alive. You never went after his pastor because you knew Charlie Kirk would have put you in place. Whether he had to call you, that probably would have been a day he called her. Oh, it's been a year since we've talked. I know it has, but let me tell you something, girl. Stop talking about my pastor. This is the man of God in my life that I look up to. Stop telling people I'm out here trying to convert to Catholicism. Why can't I just respect, Catholicism without being a full convert? You want to be Catholic? You go be Catholic. No one's stopping you. But stop disrespecting my pastor. Most people don't want their pastors to be disrespected. If Charlie Kirk were alive, he would have already went off on Candace Owens about that. She's only doing this stuff because he's not here to defend it. And then she's weaponizing his death. She has way too much pride. Candace, your pride is about to come before your fall. It's about to come before your fall, girl. You can't make this stuff up. So, y'all, that's all we have. That's my thoughts on this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You think that Kanye is sincere. Candace Owens probably will never apologize. She's already said, I will never apologize for anything that I've said about Charlie Kirk's death, and no one's being honest, and everyone's guilty, and blah, blah, blah. She said she will never apologize for it.